it do, V Mob? In here with my paint. Cool. Y'all know what it is, man. The credo, respect, honor, morals, principles, man. That's what we live by. Y'all know that. Make sure y'all stay tapped in, locked in, tuned in, man. Y'all know what it is. Be my point guards, man, at all time. Make sure y'all subscribe, man. Hit that subscribe button, top notification bell, please. Please remember, man, hit the subscribe button, top notification bell. This is how we grow in the algorithm. This is how we get pushed even more, man. We making a home page. We making the For You page. All I need y'all to do is hit that like button on them videos, drop us a comment, and make sure y'all subscribing, man. We locked in with it. The Baltimore Penitentiary, man, or the Baltimore House of Corrections, better known as the Cut. Crazy, crazy place, man. I was doing history and homework on it all day today, man. A lot of interesting things popped, so we're gonna dive into it, of course. Wait for everybody to pull up, man. Get the notifiers out. There we go. Chat is up. We ain't here. We ain't here. What's going on with the chat? Bro, please hit my DM. DM, what's your DM, bro? You follow me on IG, bro? I told everybody, man, follow me on IG, man. Follow me on IG, stories_with, bro. Everybody right now, go follow that page, man. Stories_with. Go follow the page. Hit me in the DM. Hit me in the DM, man. Everybody. What's up with y'all? What it do, bro? All right, what up, man? What up? Everybody, man, listen. We had a marvelous day, man. I hope and pray y'all episode tonight. We did a nice little background check where we did a little history in the Baltimore House of Corrections, man, aka the Cut, aka the Big House, man. They say that place was a zoo. They say that place was a straight war zone, man. So hold on real quick, get a little history. All right, here we go right here. Damn. It's a Baltimore jail staff failed to protect deaf man M1 by cellmate. That's crazy. Imagine you go in there and you just, god damn, you already deaf, you got motherfuckers, threats on your lives. All right, here we go. Boom, the Maryland House of Corrections. So, now the Maryland House of Corrections was nicknamed the Cut. Now it was infamous in the city, man. Like any of the old timers that I ran across, man, that was true real life convicts, man. They always was, man, nigga came from down the Cut, nigga was up the farm. They always, every region, every city, every hood, whatever you want to call it, they got their own nicknames for what they nickname their prisons. One of them was nicknamed the Cut, you feel what I'm saying, aka the Big House. Now, it says nicknamed the Cut or the Big House was a Maryland Department of Corrections state maximum security prison in an unincorporated area in Maryland. The prison opened in 1879 and became infamous for the high levels of violence that took place inside its walls. The state under Governor Martin O'Malley closed the prison in March of 2007. That go to show you right there. Once any prison gets shut down, bro, you know how much violence it takes for the state to say, all right, we got to shut this down because now it's messing with our economy. People not trying to get jobs up here, or the people that do got jobs up here, they getting corrupted. Motherfuckers is flipping them. They say COs long before the Tavon White joint. They COs was up there having love affairs with dudes up there. Ended up getting pregnant. Like the jail was crazy. I'm talking about drug trade. You had people that was so powerful. You had men that was locked up behind the wall that was sending hits from prison onto the streets. You had people that was getting locked up off the streets for certain charges just to come into the penitentiary. Just to come into the penitentiary to have secret meetings or to relay news from the street to behind the wall. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. I'm talking about drug empires. You had, little tuition rings going on back there. Y'all read between the lines. You dealing with hardcore convicts, man. Men that serving life, double life, triple life. So they don't mind indulging in that activity. You know what I'm saying? Some of the guys. But let's get back into it, man. It was crazy. It closed in 2007. The prison was situated on 800 acres, 3.2 kilometers south of Maryland Route 175 between US 1 and the Baltimore-Washington Parkway. Most of its territory was in Anne Arundel County, while portions were in Howard County. Damn. The facility was built on the land near the former Sparrow Tavern and hand-dug section of the B&O Railroad called Jessop's. Not Jessup, but Jessop's. Cut. I guess that's where the nickname came from. In 1897, the Baltimore Sun editor petitioned for prison workers to perform road labor to relieve pressure on the overcrowded facility. Damn, that means there's so many people getting locked up. Just think about that, bro. Overcrowding. Like, we got to get to a point the way as though, man, we get done with just getting locked up shit the way as though we overcrowding prisons. That means it's so many people getting locked up off the street, or so many people out here committing crimes and getting booked that the fucking jail is exploding, bro. They don't have enough room to hold us. That's when you go from a 2-man cell to a 3-man cell to a 4-man cell. That's when you start breaking constitutional law, constitutional rights, because you putting too many motherfuckers in one cell, knowing that's going to cause problems, and knowing that this shit is a health problem and it's a fucking safety hazard. But this is how wild the system was, specifically this goddamn Baltimore House of Corrections, man. So they wanted to try to make the guys perform road labor, I guess, to, get them outside sometime, give them a little time to do whatever they was going to do behind the wall. Now, the nickname The Cut was often used during HBO series The Wire, and during the show's second season, many scenes, the Wire, when they was locked up, that part was performed up Jessup. And I believe it showed that too on the show, that it said, welcome to Jessup. Everybody, salute everybody that's here, man. Hit that like button. Everybody hit the subscribe button, man. So next time we live, everybody pull up. Everybody hit the subscribe. Everybody hit the like. Yo, can I get a roll call? Who we got in here rocking with us, man? Everybody drop your city in the chat. The Maryland House of Correction had a long history of harsh living conditions. Boom. Let's get to that right there, man. They say it was crazy. It say, I just started watching The Wire. I just got introduced to Marlo and Snoop and Chris. Baltimore, born and raised. Man, what it do, Rocco, baby? You already know, baby. 410, the home team here. I already know. I hope and pray you hit that subscribe button. You locked in. Now, what? You just starting The Wire? Man, that's a classic, bro. Listen, you're going to enjoy the show. So if you at the point where you at Marlo and Chris and them, you already know how Marlo putting it down. Who you rock with more, Marlo or Avon? See, me, I'm a Barksdale boy, but I got to salute my hat to Marlo, because he wasn't nothing to play with. Marlo was what the game was supposed to be. Smart, laid back, strictly about his business, and then the violence came when needed. But he had a roster full of head tappers on his team that wasn't playing. Hold on, y'all. Hold it down real quick while I grab something to drink. So Marlo was just different, man. Marlo was the type dude that he wasn't playing, yo. Avon ran it right. Made man only raised his hand when forced. Marlo seemed ruthless just because, and Chris Partlow is ruthless. See, yeah, now Chris, he one of them type dudes that you got to keep a leash on him at all time. But the one thing that I always did respect about Chris and Snoop, Snoop, she always respected Chris and listened to him. This is where it go back to the chain of command. Snoop always listened to Chris, and Chris always listened to Marlo. KK, what's up, baby, man? You talking about nigga shirt? Fuck you want to say, nigga? Turn this motherfucker up. Stop playing up like you don't see you the price of a motherfucker. Don't you see a Skylar Hour? I'm on a motherfucking podium tough the way I'm tough. Come on, man. Just say you wanted to be noticed, sweetheart. Hit the subscribe button, like. Matter of fact, shoot over there the stories on the store V. Hit the DM. Stop playing with me, man, sweetheart. Man, to pick you up, pin you to the ceiling and the floor, to pick you up and pin you to the door. But that's a different story. But back to the program. Snoop always respected Chris, and Chris always respected Marlo, and he always listened to what Marlo said. You feel what I'm saying? So the chain and the type of structure that Marlo organization had was different. Now, Avon had a good structure, and like I said, I'm a West Side baby. I'm a Barksdale kid, but our organization was kind of sloppy. We had motherfuckers getting high. We had people trying to backdoor each other. We had people not listening. D'Angelo wasn't solid. Stringer wanted to do his own thing. Only people that was really top tier was Bodie, to me, and Slim Charles. They was the only two solid soldiers that we had. And we had Brother Muzone on regime. We had Brother Muzone on retainer. But once fucking Stringer did that shit with Brother Muzone, it sent us left. So it's like, god damn, our organization was strong, but it was so motherfucking corrupted and all over the place, we couldn't get our feet up under us. So whereas though how Marlo had his organization on lock, everything niggas already knew. If you play, Chris and Snoop is coming to see you when they tap in your head. Brazil, man, come on, now you all out Brazil. Fuck out of here. I ain't trying to hear that Brazil shit, man. Salute to my Brazilians, man. Real Brazilian mommies over there, man. They love the kid. You know what I mean? But crazy, man. How you feel about Stringer? Stringer was a goddamn liability, but he one of those people that you already know he not built for the life, but you love him because he been here since the beginning. And this is where the problem come, but that was a real life situation, and I'm glad that you highlighted that because this is a lot of people in the street, and specifically my city. A person that have a homeboy or a brother type of comrade like how Stringer and Avon was, and Avon always knew that Stringer didn't have that street aspect in him, but he knew Stringer was willing to ride, he was willing to be loyal, and he was willing to see this thing through. But Avon always knew, and that's why he always told him, Stringer, this not about your college shit, this about that other side. But he also knew that Stringer was a smart man. He knew that he had to have him on the business side of things, but he always reminded him, Stringer, I'm not talking about the numbers, man. We got to do some gangster shit right now. It's about that other thing, that other side. And him doing that and him being so loyal and loving Stringer the way he did and never cutting him off up until even though he knew he needed to. When Brother Muzone told him what happened, he knew what he had to do and he still ain't do the shit. But it was to a demise because Stringer couldn't stay focused. He was too focused on trying to make it a legitimate business, which is the ultimate goal, but it was the wrong time to be moving like that because we needed to take over the turf. We needed to take over the territory to be able to make those changes. He wanted to do that shit in times of war. We going to war with these niggas and you talking about buying a corner store that we putting printer shops in. No, it's time for war right now. Then when we flush these niggas out, then we can do that. What up, V-Slam, nigga, my dog Lil? It's about that other thing. You heard me, Rain. He kept telling them that it's not about the fucking numbers. It's not about college. It's not about trying to be political. Sometimes the street and men don't understand nothing. And I always tell y'all this. A motherfucker don't understand nothing but aggression. If he aggressive and violence, because violence is worldwide and it's international. You can talk to somebody that don't even know a lick of English. You ball your fists up and mug your face. They won't know, oh, something wrong, problem. They want to understand that shit, man. But Stringer, he was fucking the mob, but because he wasn't on count, he wasn't playing by the mob rules. Yeah, that black, what it do, baby? Stringer didn't understand the street shit. He can't exist with what he wanted to do exactly, and he just could not wrap that shit around his head for some reason. And this was so crazy. Avon thought that eventually he could change Stringer and make him into what he needed to be, which was a soldier. And Stringer plan was, I'ma do what I'm gonna do behind Avon back to the point to where as though we gonna get so big, he ain't gonna have no point but to rock with it. If y'all notice, when Avon got locked up and did his bit and he came home, Stringer thought he was gonna be praised and shit because he bought him the little penthouse house. He had the 2 bras. He had him the cars. And he kept saying, man, we can do all this legally now. We can do it in our names now. He wasn't understanding. Avon ain't give a fuck about that. He like, man, no, we need to get these corners back. And that very same week, he got with Slim Charles and went around and he was saying that, you know, Marlo was taking over territory now. And Stringer didn't understand this shit because he like, man, I'm doing all this money shit with the legal stuff. It ain't about the money and the legal stuff. It's about the fucking streets and the respect of the streets. He thought the shit he did was going to be enough to stay away exactly from the street shit. And it wasn't, because Avon was a street dude and he lived by street principles. Sometimes it's not about the money, the fame, the cars, and the clothes. They was making enough money to buy whatever they wanted anyway. Him buying him an apartment wasn't going to change nothing. Him buying him a new car wasn't going to change nothing. They was making 40, 50, 60,000 a day. They had one of the best territories in Baltimore City history, man. Murphy Homes Project, 24/7, coke, dope, and weed, running 24 hours a day. You can't beat that shit. 365 days, 24 hours a day, coke, dope, and fucking weed is pumping out of there. You got some of the best territory. Then you got the low risers, which is another 24/7 hour machine. So y'all making so much money, you buying me a little spot and saying we can buy. Man, nigga could do that anyway. Nigga spending more on fucking lawyer fee with Levy than we doing on this shit. Watching 24/7 Wire channel right now. Yeah, real shit, man. That's a classic, and I get in my mode when we start talking about it. You heard me. What up, fam? Nigga, my dog, what it do, baby? So let me ask y'all this, because we was having a debate today. What do y'all feel the difference is between today's generation and back in the day generation? Because me, I was saying a lot of these guys that's coming up these days, they be bluffing. They just want a name. They not committing crime for a reason, or the crime that they committing, they be bluffing ass crimes. Meaning they might be beefing with a nigga. They go pull up on a block. They let off 30 shots and they hit everybody but the target, or they hit an innocent person. They hit a civilian. Like they shooting with their eyes closed and shit. Motherfuckers is getting into it over petty arguments now, even though back in the day it was still petty, but at least it had money tied to it. The crimes that are being committed today aren't even about money. Motherfuckers don't even want money. They just want recognition for being a gangster. Back in the day, it was about taking care of some shit. It was about putting together a fucking organization. It was about putting together a fucking machine. It was about taking care of your family, buying the cars, owning the barbershop, having the corner stores. You got one of the biggest teams in the city. Shit like that. Nowadays, it's a totally different ball game. And the motherfucking ratting thing is more embraced these days. Back in the day, just like I told, if y'all haven't seen, when we get off live, go tune into the story we dropped tonight about the penitentiary. A lot of guys today, they didn't grow up with the fighting era. They didn't grow up with going body. They didn't grow up in the backyard. Somebody push you, push them back. So now they do this gangster shit on the street. Then when they get locked up, they don't know how to fight or really stand up for themselves because they so used to having a gang with them or a weapon, they don't know what to do. So guess what they say? Oh, hell no, I ain't ready to do 30 years in here. And they end up cooperating and telling on the motherfucker compared to back in the day. You came up through the ranks. You had to be a youngster. Then you had to have some hard motherfucker teach you how to do this. Fights in school, juvenile detention, then the big league. So you already knew what you was going into. You was prepared for the shit. I feel as though that's a major difference between the societies today, man. Y'all let me know. I just had already salute. I come up from being taught that being involved. Hold on, what we say? I come from being taught that being involved with street shit had to be, yup, feeding your people, making sure your kids straight. And that's the only rule, bro. The killer's way younger now, and they seem to want attention more nowadays. Facts. I never knew attention was a good thing. I never wanted the spotlight when I did my thing. That shit was strictly business. Facts, bro. Because that's the law that we was brought up under. Those are rules that we was taught. You stay quiet. You don't let no motherfucker know what you doing. You don't want to put people in your business. You feel me? These days, motherfuckers, they just doing shit for a name. They doing shit to people that don't even deserve it because they point picking. They say, I know this nigga soft. He ain't really got no back. And they not going at the tough niggas. They try to be friends with the tough niggas and then go at the dudes that don't want no rep. So it's like it really, the hit don't even really count. You feel me? Already salute thing, bud. So it's a whole nother ball game, man. And then I say nowadays too, just like with us, when I was jumping off the porch, our older dudes was just catching them 25, 30 bits. So we didn't have nobody to school us to the game. We was really learning this shit ourselves, and we was doing the best that we could. And it's the same thing now. Is no guidance. Is nobody that give these guys structure. You feel what I'm saying? Already, Brody, bro, always, you know, we locked in. It's the V mob. So now it's like these guys have no structure, man, and they got nobody that's supposed to really give them the way and say, look, shorty, you don't do this like this. Just think about it. It's 120 degrees outside, and you got young niggas outside in full Nike Tech sweatsuits with a ski mask on. You already know the times is different, man. Like, y'all niggas don't even want to lay back, go chill with the broads, look good, clean cut, you know how to move around, got your little car, got your little bra, selling your little 1-2, just living life, going through the ranks, man, enjoying how young you are now, because it's going to come to a point where you're going to catch that wrong charge and your ass going to be gone for 30, 40 years, and then you're going to have to grow up in a system, or you're going to have to grow up behind that wall, and you're going to look up 10, 15 years down the line and be like, damn, yo, I'm 45 years old, my nigga, and I done been in this bitch since I was 18. I done been in here since I was 19, 20, 21, and now half of your life done passed you by, my nigga, and you haven't accomplished nothing, you haven't done nothing. You don't know what it's like to pay a bill, drive a car, buy a car, be with a woman for over a year, have a family, and that shit will fuck up your mental. And then now when you return to society, you burnt out, you no good, don't nobody want to give you a job. So now what do? You resort back to the only thing that you know, which is the life of crime. And you not really tripping off getting caught or going to jail, because you done spent more time in jail than on the street. Now you fully institutionalized, and that cycle of fucking wickedness and wildness and that belly of the beast system continues to, penetrate our community, man, and our society. So we gotta break that fucking cycle, man. We gotta break the cycle, man. We gotta shake this shit up, do the right thing, stay out the way, and say fuck locked up, man. Fuck them crackers prison, man. We ain't doing that, man. You heard me, them snappers, man. We ain't going to the fishes. You heard me? You got the cracker fish, you got the snapper fish, the turtle fish, you got all that, man. We ain't dealing with none of them. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all breathe between the lines, man. But I love each and every one of y'all, man. I just wanted to come on here, kick it with y'all real quick. We had a great little energy. I'm ready to finish these push-ups, make my food for the night, man. Hop in the shower when I'm going to bed, man. We back tomorrow morning. If you have not already, smash that subscribe button, hit the like button, and make sure when we get out of here, man, y'all go tune into that video we dropped tonight, man. It's an absolute bomber. It's V Crime Story Time. Also, everybody go follow me on IG, stories_with V. Follow me on TikTok, Stories with V, and shoot over there and follow us on Spotify, man. We now have the V Mob podcast, the V File streaming on Spotify, audio and video. So for everybody, all my Uber driver, truck drivers, everybody that's on the road that just got time to pop the earphones in their ear and just listen to it, I got y'all covered, man. Let's get them, let's go. I love y'all. V Mob.